Everybody's got those bottles that they love to drink, and today we're going over the 7 bottles that I just keep going back to. Welcome back to another episode of Neat Bourbon. My name's Tanner, and today we're going to be going over the 7 bottles that I just can't put down. Now, I'm sure everyone kind of struggles with this from time to time. You know, whenever you're going down to your bar to grab a drink, there's always certain bottles that, you know, your hands just kind of always kind of leaning towards. And today, we're going to be going over the 7 bottles that's happening to me a little too frequently, especially with the holidays coming up. You know, a lot of people in town and coming over, and I'm always grabbing these bottles to give out the pours because, frankly, I just love drinking them. Anyways, but before we get going with today's video, I just want to say thank you so much to all the subscribers out there. The channel's been growing like crazy. We're already over 850 subscribers, and once we get to 1,000, you know, I'm going to be giving away this E.H. Taylor small batch. So if you're not subscribed yet, go ahead and get subscribed because we've got a lot more awesome content and giveaways coming out real soon. So anyways, back to today's video. So I'm going to go in no particular order here, but first I want to go ahead and get started with a twofer with the Four Roses single barrel proofs. Now I just cracked these 2 open. I usually have at least one open on the bar. I wanted to open up the high rye and the low rye mash bill. I think these have been open for like about a month, and you can see like that is a serious dent that has gone into both of these bottles. Now, granted, you know, I've given out pours and I've had friends over, so this isn't just like all me. But still, they're like the profiles that you can get from these bottles. You know, I've said it before, but you get a lot of sweet oak. You can get the high rye mash bill, which is going to give you a little bit more of like a cinnamon and floral profile. And then the low rye mash bill, you're going to get a little bit more of like those fruity characteristics coming out. So like, again, there's so much to appreciate with these bottles, and they're in that like $80 to $100 range. Yeah, I know they're not cheap, but the juice inside is fantastic. And I do have two more backups here just waiting to go, for whenever I finish these. So yeah, bottles 1 and 2, I'm always going for the Four Roses, single barrel proofs. Let's go with bottle 3. So we're going to go with the 1792 12 year. Now this is the first time that I've had this bottle. And this bottle's only been open for probably a month or 2, maybe 2 months, I think. But yeah, that for a sub 100 proof bottle, for you to be able to get such like a sweet oak profile with tons of vanilla, coming through on the palate, and just there's like a hint of a nut there, like very mild, but still like this is just such a spectacular bottle in my opinion. Especially for how like viscous that it is for being sub 100 proof. So the 1792 12 year, I think this thing retails for around like $50. I don't know. I got this the last time I was in New York, paid about in the like 65, 70 range for it. I am really happy to pay that for this bottle, and the next time I'm up there, I'm definitely going to be looking for one of these again because I'm never going to get one of these in Virginia. But anyways, 1792 12 year, love this bottle, always going for it. Next is going to be the Calumet 16 year. I know I said it before that this is like one of my favorite bottles, but this is a new bottle. I just killed one off the other week. Opened this one up, I think, last week. So had a few pours of it. I had some friends over last night, and this bottle was going around as well. So again, like the sweet oak profile that you get from this rivals that of the Russels 13 or your Michter's 10. So like if you're looking for a comparable oak profile to like know what those bottles taste like, I think the Calumet 16 delivers on that. And you also get a lot of that like red berry sweetness forward profile, which I do really love. So Calumet 16 year, again, not going to blow your socks off. It's only 106 proof, so it's very approachable. Its bottle can be a little pricey though, in that like $130 price point, but still, I absolutely love it. Once I get a little bit further down this, I'm going to be looking to buy another backup because, as long as they sell this bottle, I'm definitely going to have one on my block. So, Calumet 16 year. Next, we are going to go with the Russels Reserve single barrels. So now these are 110 proof. I think you're starting to see a trend here. This is 110. The Calumet's in the low hundreds. Those Four Roses were in the low hundreds. Had to throw in a sub 100 proofer there for you guys with the 1792 12 year. But again, the Russell single barrel, these things, 110 proof. You can get them in store picks. This one happens to be a store pick. But regardless, they're all fantastic. The store picks just give you a little bit more variation, in the flavor profile, and then you can get an age date on the back. So if you're into all that stuff, that's pretty cool. But again, you're getting that wild turkey, like a little funk in there. You're getting some of that nut profile. These are a little bit more of a red berry forward profile, but you're also getting some good caramels in there as well. So then these are basically found everywhere. And if you look a little bit, you can find a store pick of these things online. I think they're around that $65 price point. And I do know Virginia is going to be dropping some Russell's picks and Four Roses picks coming up this weekend. So super excited about that. And hopefully I'll be able to get some more backups because these bottles are spectacular in my opinion. So if you haven't had the Russells, the single barrels, go out and get one. I don't think you'll be disappointed. Next up, we are going with the Maker's Mark BEP. Now I have been fortunate enough to be able to pick up a few of these, but the viscosity that you pick up from this bottle here is and around that 110 proof point again seems to be pretty consistent with all the bottles that I have. But yeah, that vanilla, caramel viscosity, really thick, viscosity there on the palate. I'm just such a big fan of this bottle. I'm a fan of Maker's Mark in general, but the little toasty yolk that you can pick up out of these bottles as well. Huge fan of those. I just think this is for just a $65 pour. I think it is a spectacular bottle, and I'm really happy with it. And every time I'm thinking about Makers, I'm grabbing this one over the Cash Strength, until it's gone. Anyways, so Maker's Mark BEP, sensational bottle. Now the last bottle I have been trying. I've had it open for about 2.5 months, and I really struggle with leaving my bar without at least taking a half ounce pour out of this thing. But it is the Russels Reserve 13 year. This bottle just kind of has been hitting my palate perfectly. And again, that sweet oak heavy profile that I can get, out of the Calumet 16 year is just, spectacular. And that red berry, that's that dark stewed berry, almost on the twinge of being grapey with that spicy kick on the back end. I don't pick up any nut in these. It is just a completely different beast from the majority of the bottles that I have in my bar. So love this bottle. You can see getting pretty low. I am fortunate enough to have a backup, so I don't feel too bad about going through this thing too quickly, because I would like to do a comparison of the batch 2 versus one of the more current batches. So you can expect for that content to be coming soon, because this bottle is going to get killed off probably before the end of the year at this rate. There you have it. Those are my 7 bottles. You've got your Four Roses single barrel strengths. You got low rye, high rye mash bills. So you've got a wild amount of flavor profiles that you can get out of these bottles. So kind of endless opportunities to continue enjoying this pour for it to never get old. Russell's 13, one of the favorite bottles I have in my bar right now. So anytime I come down, always taking a little nip out of it. The 1792 12 year, again, you're getting that oak, profile in a sub 100 proof bottle with a heavy viscosity, and it's not going to break the bank if you can find it. So 1792 12 year vanilla bomb, love it. The Russels Reserve single barrels, everybody basically knows about these at this point. But again, the wild turkey funk with some red berry sweetness, you're picking up a lot. And then you got the Maker's Mark BEP. Just went over that one, and the Calumet 16 year, which I think is one of the closer bottles on the shelf to that sweet oak profile. that you get out of the Russels 13. I hope you enjoyed this video today. If you have, would you please consider giving me a like? Would you please consider subscribing? We're getting so close to that 1,000 subscriber mark, so help me to hit that thing soon. And as always, this is Neat Bourbon. My name's Tanner, and pop the bottles and share the pours, and we'll see you in the next one.